He gives him over to experience the most horrific form of death, I think, in the history of the world. He gives him over to be crucified. And on that cross, Jesus was brought. He was hung up like a piece of meat, nailed to a tree, with his blood pouring out, with a crown of thorn above his heads, with the crowd mocking and jeering him, saying, "If you are the Son of God, come down from there." Listening to their jeers, listening to their cries, listening to their mocking, and Jesus lays there, hangs there, in suffering and in agony, willingly laying down his life for you. This is what Jesus has done. He's laid down his life for you. So look at John 16. Excuse me, not 16. For chapter 19, verse 28. Jesus is hanging on the cross. He's in agony. He is in pain. But Jesus knows that his mission is about to be accomplished. The rescue of humanity is about to be sealed. Look at verse 28. After this, Jesus, knowing that all was now finished, said, to fulfill the scripture, "I thirst." A jar full of sour wine stood there. So they put a sponge full of sour wine on a hyssop branch and held it to his mouth. And when Jesus had received the sour wine, he said, "It is finished." And he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. You see, Jesus' purpose in coming into this world, he came with a mission, and that mission was to die, to pay the penalty for your sin and for mine. And so as Jesus, in his agony and in his torture and in his suffering, hangs suspended from the cross, naked, ashamed, for all the world to see, Jesus cries out with his last breath, "It is finished." And at that moment, the rescue plan of God that was prepared before the foundations of the earth was accomplished. Jesus' and God's unrelenting love for you was finally complete. It was finished. Your sin was paid for. There's no more work to be done. Jesus paid it all, and there's nothing left for you to do. You have been given salvation. You have been given the grace of God. And we have this hope and this joy as Christians that there is no more work for you to do.